'cause I don't always wait around. I've got a feeling I'm not the only one. I've got a feeling. Are you mine? Are you mine? Is it time? Are you mine? Stuck under your wing, wanna break out of this thing we had before we think. Get pushed over the brink. I've got a feeling I'm not the only one. I've got a feeling. Are you mine? Are you mine? Is it time? Are you mine?
Hello there. So, right, the Black Friday deals, the Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, the pre-Black Friday deals, they all sound good, right? They're all tempting. They all make us want to hit that buy button. But you do have a tool at your disposal to make sure that you are getting a good price, because it's not always the case that the best prices are in that window. Sometimes they're completely outside of it. So we're going to talk about that. Let's get this party started. So we're all looking for deals, right? Which is a perfectly valid thing to do, very important when you're trying to keep your budget on track. And the holidays, right? The Black Friday thing, the Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday, all that stuff can give you awesome deals. But how do you know, right? How do you know for sure whether or not it's a good deal? So I'm going to show you my two favorite tools for this. Now, there are other options out there, which I will talk about in a minute. But the reason I picked these two is because they're easy and they're free. And that's kind of all a part of what we're trying to do here, right? Is save some money. So just for context, there are a bunch of different tools out there. And better or worse, depending on your particular needs, right? So the ones that I picked are not anything that requires you to create an account. Now, you can create an account if you want to use them for ongoing tracking, but you don't have to. I think that's important as an option. They don't cost you anything other than, there will be ads showing because that's how they make their money, and I'm fine with that. But you don't have to pay anything out of pocket to use these services. And this is a big one, you don't have to install anything. So a lot of the tools that are out there require you to install a extension in your browser. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all. My big hang up with those is browser extensions can be like candy, chips, kittens. Use your favorite analogy here, right? You start with one and the next thing you know, you've got 50 of them. That's not a good way to go because it overloads your system and your browser. And then people are like, oh, the browser sucks, it's slow. Well, no, you've got 50 extensions running. That's why it's running slow. So I tend to be very, very selective. At any given time, I only have 2 or 3 browser extensions installed, and usually they're work related. So that's the criteria. That said, there's a ton of them out there, and we'll talk about just a couple just as examples, but in addition to the ones I'm going to talk about, you can also check with your bank. A lot of times they have something that you can use. So you can check around it. There's a bunch of different ones. So the criteria for this show is free, no plugin required, and no account required. Okay? For those of you who are new around here, welcome. My name is Kathleen, and I am here as your tech coach. The short version of the story is I do technology as my day gig. It's also my hobby. So basically, I live this 24/7, which means my friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers ask me when they have questions, when they're looking for advice. And over time, that has extended to their friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers, which made me realize that not everybody has somebody to talk to. So we're here. You can come here anytime you like and ask questions in the chat if you want to show up live, or you can jump into the comments. You can also hit up my website, which is yourtechcoach.com. If it's something, quick, you can just go ahead to the contact form and ask a question. Or if you need more help than that, if you want to have a one-on-one session, you can also reach out and make an appointment for a small fee. And then we can get on a Zoom call or whatever, and we can talk through your questions, what it is you're looking for, recommendations on, that kind of thing. So that's why we're here. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's get into the meat of things, shall we? Okay. So just for the context, and I don't think I put that in here, but let me do that now. So I'm just going to show you just one example of what we're not going to be talking about. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not something that I'm choosing to do these days. But so just for context. Okay, there we go. Is that, I didn't resize that right. Okay. So this is one that does require you to create an account. So this is called Honey. And the link is in the description. If this sounds good to you, and it may, because there is a benefit to the extension in ease of use, right? In that it's always looking when you're shopping, and it will make recommendations to you while you're shopping for better deals. So you can go to, it's joinhoney.com, no affiliate or anything here, and you can add it to Chrome. I think it works in all different browsers. It's just identified that I am in a Chrome browser right now. So there's no cost for that, other than you do have to install it in your, to let the extension get installed into your browser, and you do have to create an account. So I'm personally not a fan, but if that works for you, that's great. Like I said, what that does is that's always watching when you're on the web, unless you turn off the extension every time you're not shopping. And it will then pop up and say, hey, I see you're looking at this. Here are some other options at different rates. That can be a huge convenience for people. So by all means, if that's the kind of service you're looking for, that's great. What I'm going to focus on is ways that you can check for the things that are on your wish list, on your shopping list, to see in the moment, is this really a good deal, or is this just a deal? Because I'm not saying at all that, the Black Friday stuff is not good deals. I'm just saying they may not be the best possible price. And so we're going to talk about how you can get into that. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and jump in. As always, the links are in the description, so don't feel like you have to worry about that. The first one is a favorite of mine, and that is called Camel, Camel, Camel. It cracks me up. Now, this has been around for quite a while. And in the beginning, it was a little bit more broad-based, but they've kind of focused in on Amazon. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because while they are focused and they're very much talking about Amazon and all of that, that doesn't mean that it doesn't give you information about pricing in general. So while like the links that it's going to ask you for will be Amazon ones, but you'll see that it's not really a restriction. So if you're not shopping at Amazon, that's okay. If you want to know if, Best Buy or Sam's Electronics Store down the street or whatever, wherever you're shopping is giving you a good deal, these are the way to go. Now, I will warn you, there are going to be ads popping up on this. I leave the ads on for these two sites because while I don't want to pay them, I'm okay with them making money by providing this service. So just for context. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, with this tool, you can create an account if you want to use it to do long-term tracking. And you can also add it to your browser if you want to. The reason I like this site is because it gives you those options. It's not a requirement that you do either one of these things. It is just an option. So for our purposes, we're just going to come up here to this box at the top, and we're going to put in the stuff that we're going to do the searching on. So we'll just start with one. So let me just grab... Okay, so we're going to go to Amazon, and we're going to look for this. Okay, and it's going to come back with its usual options. Let me take the topic down here. All right, and we're going to go in and we're going to take a look at this, and it's like, okay, so here we go. So $219. Let's see if it has a Black Friday deal. I'm not sure if it does or not. because it's not, what we're doing here is not limited to Black Friday. I just thought it was timely for Black Friday. So right now it's not showing as a Black Friday or a pre-Black Friday deal, and it's showing a price of $219. Knowing very little about this stuff, I'm not sure if that's good or not, so let's find out. So I'm going to go into Camel, and I'm going to put in that term. Now, in some cases, if you do put in the name of it, it may not come up. And sometimes that's just a matter of adjusting it, but sometimes it's just not going to come up. And that's okay. Oh, actually, it came up. When I did this last night, it didn't. So it'll come in and it'll try, to find it, and then it will start to show you things. And then you're like, okay, this is the one I was looking at. Let's take a look and get the details. And we'll come in here, and you can see that over time, the price of this has varied fairly dramatically. So you can come over here and you can say, I want to see, not just Amazon, but third parties, right? To get an idea. So you can see that at the $219 that it was listed at right now, there have been better prices, but it has also been much higher. So this is not a buy or don't buy decision-making tool. This is information for you to make your best decision, right? So if you're looking at this and you're like, well, okay, I need this fast, or so-and-so's birthday's coming up. Hello, Murphy. What happened? Okay, bud. Sorry, don't know why you did that. But this is just another piece of information for you. So depending on, your timeline and do you need it, these are, it gives you some sort of idea of what the price range is to expect. You can also share this information. So if you're, working with somebody else on this, you're maybe doing a group present, you can go ahead and do that here. The other way to do this type of a search is to come here and go to your URL and go up to this slash here where the REF starts. You can drop, you don't need that, but you can get everything to the left of that and go and put that into here. And also get that result. And it's a more direct, you don't have to go searching through a list. And then again, you're going to see the range here. So what did we say it was over on Amazon? Sorry, no short-term memory. So $219. And it's saying that it has been everywhere between, well, it's been as low as like $130 or so, and then up to there on Amazon. And then again, you can mix in the others to see. If you want, you can choose to send an email so that this tool will let you know when it drops to a certain point. It's probably getting pounded right now, which is why it doesn't hurt to do a little bit of research ahead of time. Yeah, this is not going to load now. But just so you know that there are different ways that you can go about it. I'm going to just do a quick refresh and see if that helps. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. See, it doesn't hurt to try that. And then, of course, you can quickly go and look at it on Amazon. I'm pretty sure that if you click on it here, they're going to get an affiliate if you go ahead and purchase it, which is not a bad thing either. Again, we're helping somebody make a little money who's helping us save money. So I'm okay with that. You can also see down here that it's showing you the lowest, the highest, and the current. So again, it's giving you some context around your decision-making process. It's not telling you do or don't, but it's data. So let's go and do this same exact search at another site that I like, which is called Keepa. Now, Keepa is the same type of thing where you can choose to create an account if you want to. And they have a mobile app. I thought they had, maybe they don't. I'm not sure. Oh, tracking. So they do have browser extensions as well, but you don't have to use those. Again, the things I'm showing you here are things that you don't have to give away access to your machine or your data. You can do this for free. So if you want to just go and search for a tool, for a price, you come up here to track, and then you're going to click here on search. And then this little box pops up here. It's not the best user experience in the world, but it's something. So again, we'll start by doing it by the name. Let me copy and paste that again. Let's see, I was testing. Okay. And then again, it's going to come up with this list of, so this is not, hang on one second. I'm sorry. It looks like I over zoomed. That was probably for a previous show. Give me 1 sec. Let me fix this so you can actually see things easier. One moment, please. Position. Zoom. There we go. That'll be better. Okay. Easy fix. I love an easy fix. So again, you can see you've got your whole list of options here, and then you can just pick the one that's the closest match to what you're thinking about. And again, you're going to get a chart. I like this one. So this again tells you, the Amazon price and, the used price, if used as an option for you. But it also offers you some additional information, right? So you can see Amazon, new, used, the sales rank. You can see if it's ever been a lightning deal. So it looks like this has not been a lightning deal. You can see if it's available in the warehouse as a warehouse deal and what those prices have been. So it looks like that actually goes down to like 120 bucks, 117. So this gives you a little bit more information. You also have, I think it's easier to see the ranges here. So you can pick, months, weeks, years, forever. So again, there's been some spikes, but this is the general price range that you would expect to see it in, and this is what you're seeing out there. So I particularly like this one for the whole comparison part of it. But, everybody likes to see their data differently. So, if this other view works better for you, then there you go. This one is a little bit, more simple. It doesn't give you that hover. So it's a little harder to see. Whoops. It's a little bit harder to see the details as opposed to what you're seeing here, but this is not important to everybody. So it depends on what works best for you. You also have the option here to track the product if you want. It gives you there's options for additional data and stuff. So you can definitely tweak this. And again, all of this is free. I have not created an account. I have not installed a browser extension, none of that stuff. It's just all right there for you to go and look at. Super simple, super easy. So let me show you in a real world scenario how you would do this. And that would be, let's start off with, hello there. Yeah, I mean, it's a very simple thing. It is a very focused tool. It does one thing, but it does it well. And it doesn't come with a lot of extra bandwidth on it. Let's call it that. So let's go ahead. Let me just get us in here and get us back to the beginning. And so let's walk through this in a real world example, right? So, okay, we're at Amazon. Now I'm recording this before Black Friday, so we're not going to see the Black Friday deals, but okay, let's just make that go away. Oh, up here. So we've got the early Black Friday deal. Oh, well, it would help if I would share the screen. Here we go. Let's share the screen, shall we? Okay. Are we excited about the Falcons versus the Panthers? Not really. So, as usual, you can just come in here and pick something, but let's go ahead and look at the early Black Friday deals. We can also look at the holiday guide. So let's just look at something that you might be buying as a gift for someone else or for yourself. Let's see. Let's just kind of pick around here. Let's go for something with a little bit of weight for it. So this is the first thing that jumps out at me, but hang on. Okay, so it's going to be one of those nights. Sorry. But that's okay. You know what? You don't really need my voice to see this because you're seeing everything I'm doing. But the point being that as we're comparing these, right? So the price is clearly a pretty good deal on this one. It was much, much higher. It's now much, much lower. Thank you, John. But, you know, the price is pretty low. And then, of course, I did go and check to see. Let me go back here. The reason I went down on the page is because, particularly with electronics, I probably don't have this up anymore. Yeah, no, let's do it this way. Actually, this one gives the quick link. So with electronics, you want to just also check the date of the thing that you are looking to buy, because sometimes if the price is low like that, like it's a pretty dramatic drop, it could be that it's an older product that they're trying to get rid of stock on. But this is pretty new. Like this is February of this year, so that's not too bad. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's go look at something else. Let's go back. Let's look at the holiday gift guide. We already did some Black Friday deals. Let's look at the holiday gift guide. So let's see. What would you possibly be looking at? Cookies? Cookies are always good. For a holiday gift. Any ideas? Anything jumping out at you? Okay, oops. Why did the page jump? Thanks, Amazon. I found something I wanted to look at and you jumped the page away. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, so this is saying it's a 43% discount. That seems pretty good. I don't know. I don't really know much about this, so let's see if this is generic enough, like if this is detailed enough to give us the information. We'll go up here and we'll do this. And again, no match. So then what you do is you come up here and you go to the left of ref, whatever comes after ref equals is just something for their internal tracking. You don't need that as far as looking up the price. You put that in here and you do the search. And we'll see if we get any kind of match on it. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. All right, so we did get a match. And it looks like the price when it was first released in September of 2021, it was much higher. But now we seem to be in sort of an up and down. But look at how much the price has varied over time. This is why you want to look at this kind of stuff, because ideally you want to buy somewhere down here, not up here. So for the price, and even recently it was up. So this actually looks also like it's a pretty good deal. Let's go ahead and add that into the mix. And it's pretty much the same pattern, even if you're looking at, buying it someplace other than Amazon. So that's why don't be thrown by the fact that it says Amazon, because you are getting other information. So now let's repeat this process in Kappa. Or Keepa. Why do I keep saying it's Kappa? I don't know why I have that on the brain. All right, so we go here. We do that. We do a search. Oh, I put the URL in. I meant the word. All right, but that's okay. We got it anyway. And so again, we see some pretty wide variations. Now, this is just a 3-month range. So remember, you can come here and you can change this. So yeah, that other price was all the way back. So let's see. So it did start high and then came lower. But I like the fact that I can drill down. It's like, okay, so for the past 12 months, there's been a couple of big spikes. Even recently, there's been a fairly big spike. I mean, this is November of this year, and that's a pretty big spike right there for that. But overall, this looks like it's a pretty good deal. And again, you can, hover and see the different combinations, used, new. Has this ever been a warehouse deal? Does not look like it. Oh, yeah, it was. There we go. It did show up on warehouse deals pretty regular. So that's another thing to look at. Now, if you're not familiar with Amazon warehouse deals, that's usually stuff that's been, it's sort of, what do they call that? The open box kind of sale. But, if you're buying it for yourself as a gift, maybe that's okay. So yeah, so that gives you some idea on, whether or not this is something that's a good price. And by just having, one or both of these open as you're doing the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday thing. It'll just give you that extra piece of information. Good deal, not good deal. And then you can make your decision from there. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm right here at yourtechcoach.com. All the links are in the description, so you can go ahead and just go and grab those. And I hope that this helps with your shopping. Maybe, you know, if it doesn't save you extra money, at least it's letting you know what you're doing, right? What you're getting. You know, am I buying, you know, at the super highest, which maybe I'll wait, or am I buying in the range? Like, I wouldn't go crazy with it. You know, if yesterday was a little higher, you know, or today's a little higher than yesterday. If we're talking, you know, a small amount, it's probably not worth the stress because, hey, you need to get your shopping done. But when you start to see, you know, these kinds of ranges, and when you start to see a big spike, then maybe you wait a day or two, check back. It's kind of like what, you know, airline prices, right? If you're looking for a ticket, it's that kind of thing. You wait a day or two, it'll change because it's not like in the old brick and mortar days, right? Okay. Veteran of the brick and mortar days. When you had to go around with a sticker, you know, a pricing gun and put stickers on everything, they didn't change the prices every 2 hours because the price was on there. The sale sign, you know, that could change pretty quickly. The information in the point of sale register could change, not as easily as you would think back in the old days, but could change. Now it's so easy. I mean, literally, you know, on the fly, they're changing prices. And there are algorithms on all of these websites that are changing prices all the time based on activity and other data that they've got coming in. So that's why it's worth looking at these things, but don't, you know, not to the point of driving you crazy, just as a overall trend, you know, which part of the peaks and valleys are we in at this moment? And then go ahead with that. So there we go. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free. John, thank you so much for letting me know about the audio problem. You know, it's live when stuff like that happens. We are here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You are more than welcome to come and join live and jump into the live chat. But also, go ahead, if you have a comment, a question, if you need some more information, you can, in whatever platform you're on, you can go ahead into the comments. I do respond to those as quickly as I can. I'm one person. There's more of you than there are of me, so it does take a little time, but I do the best I can. If you want to reach out, yourtechcoach.com, there's a contact form right there. Let me know if you have a topic you want me to cover, if you have any questions about this, if you need some more information, don't hesitate. And let's just say that keep an eye on my website because there's going to be some kind of a Black Friday, Small Business Saturday thing. So that's all I'm going to say. But by the way, you know, I do consultations, so feel free. You are very welcome, Gamers Paradise. I'm glad that you found this helpful, even though it was a mime show for a little bit. But you got the idea. All right, that's not. I don't feel like I'm going to go back and edit that out because, frankly, you saw the process, and that was really the whole point of this. So I hope everybody is having a good week and that your weekend will be some fun. We all have laundry to do and things like that, but hopefully you'll work some fun into it, and we will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.